Well, hello and welcome back, Unslaved members. We're so happy to be back with you again. Part two of one of my favorite episodes. We've been doing so many great ones. It's hard to pick, but that was a really good episode we did last time with Laura. She's back to do part two on papal bloodlines. And I've also been doing a few discussions with Laura offline. I've also had her on my show, Truth Warrior. And the amount of research she's collected and the way you've organized it, Laura, is just amazing. And so I'm very excited to keep going into this because this is crucial. This information, I believe Michael was talking about this back in the day, maybe a few others here and there, little pieces. We've had people like Gary Wayne on. You can go check out the Gary Wayne shows we did talking about the Templars and everything. But honestly, we don't hear enough discussion about these bloodlines and this level of it, the aristocracy, the papists, the fifth sect, as Michael's been calling it lately. So this is incredibly important information, and I can't wait to dive in. So Michael, great to see you. Laura, thank you so much for joining us
Great to
again.
see you.
Welcome.
It's nice to see you too.
Well, where should we begin? I think last time we were just taking people through some of the main family names, the bloodlines, right? To show
Yeah.
them that there's a whole level above what the names people have heard, like Rockefeller, Rothschild, a couple Jewish bankers here and there. It goes way bigger. And you've just been collecting these incredible slideshows. Today, you've got a big slideshow, and you're telling us this is the condensed version. So what
Oh
we're going
yeah.
to do today is just the highlights, if you can imagine how deep it is. So, Laura, where would you like to start us off?
Well, I just want to. Well, we talked about the paper bloodlines. We haven't finished them, so I'm not sure how much people they covered about them. But today we're gonna go into the secret societies and symbolism and how Vatican is connecting. I mean, these bloodlines, the paper bloodlines, they had popes and they run the Vatican and they run all those secret societies that I put in the slides. I concentrated mostly on because with most people, I mean, even Michael talked about the Opus Dei and Columbus and Knights of Malta, but I put those that these bloodlines are running. I mean, cults, mostly cult of hate, and if I remember well, the SMOM, yes, the Sovereign Order, Military Malta, the Franciscan Order. So how connect these secret societies? How they connect with these families, and also some symbol, their coat of arms, how we can decode, because that's something new to me. I'm still learning in decoding the symbols. There are
Well,
lots of symbols, and also I put some pictures there because I noticed like the Corsini family uses some symbols, very interesting. I don't know if you noticed that pictures.
yeah,
You
we'll have to get through. We'll get into it in the slides here. Well, let me bring up the first the introductory here, just to get into the fact that it's an ancient papal nobility that we're dealing with. And I can just go through some of these highlights, and then either one of
Yeah,
you feel free to jump on it. But the points here are: the Italian nobility are the owners of the Vatican and all the secret societies. The Vatican is allied with numerous secret orders, such as the Rosicrucians, Jesuits, Knights of Malta, Knights of Columbus, Order of Christ, the Scottish Rite, Grand Orient, Opus Dei, and of course the Knights Templar, which is one of the most powerful organizations in the world. And it's funny how little people talk about that one.
yeah.
Some of the top degrees are what we know to be Freemasonry, and they are, or to be known in Freemasonry, are Templar degrees. This is a really, I think it's especially in the York Rite. In the early 14th century, when the Templars were suppressed throughout the world, Scottish Rite Masons came to their aid, and most Scottish Rite traditions are undeniably Templar-esque. And Freemasonry is the criminal structure of the sect that controls this world, and its origins lie in the Templar orders that were created in the Crusades. And Freemasonry is currently a criminal organization, very much like the Mafia. Great
Yeah,
summary
well,
there.
after the Templars were disbanded, actually the ancient Scottish Rite took over, so all kinds of satellite orders came up, and they actually, even Michael mentioned a lot of them. But on the top of what I found interesting, that symbol with the Order of Sion or Cult of Venus, you're gonna find some very interesting coat of arms there that are similar.
Yeah.
So if you go through the slides, there are lots of pictures in the slides also, so it's gonna be easy to go through. and also some cults, the Vika cult, the Hades, the who's running it, some of the pictures of the families, mainly the main one, and also the Scottish Freemasons who run certain, like the Italian part, which how connects with the Scottish and who's running it. So if you go through the slides, I can show you. And if you want to go in a shorter history of the Templars and how they connect with the Franciscan order and who created it, that's why I put the Torlonia there, because they are the main. Torlonia and Colonna, they're the papal assistants of the Vatican. They run the Vatican practically, and they run the Rosicrucians as well, together with Orsini.
Wow.
So I put all these main. The rest of like Odescalchi and the rest of those are mostly in the Mafia, the way I saw. So yes, they have a coat of arms, but as I'm telling you, even like 90 slides is a lot for 2 hours. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
you can go and start with.
Let's just go through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's some good notes you have too here. So I'll just do a few of these. The Templar agents have long existed in secret with the Vatican, College of Cardinals, and other shadowy societies. They're agents in the form of Rosicrucians, Sabbateans, Frankists, Martinists, Illuminists, and Jesuits, etc. And by the way, we've covered this on Unslaved for years. There's so much good information on those cults. These have long infiltrated most institutions and societies. Above the Templars stands their parent society, the so-called Order of Sion, and Sionists are a female order served by lower-level female deputies.
But I found female as well in Switzerland.
And you
I'm
also
not
sent me some
sure.
links on. You also sent
Yeah,
me some links on the Dames of Malta, which is the
yes,
female wing of the Knights of Malta. Huh?
yeah. She was just chosen. That's in Florida. That's a subsidiary of. But I found in Switzerland. So this is an
Mm.
older Scottish rite. So I know Michael is a specialist in symbolism, and how this one was taken over by many families on their coat of arms. I've noticed not just the Habsburgs, but lots of families have this symbol on. And also, this is the head of all the orders. I mean, they kind of joined, as I've seen with the Templars. And it's included the Templar sign, the Red Cross into their coat of arms, which is also always the two-sided eagle.
That's a big one. I've seen. I have a friend of mine from Germany who has this symbol all over some of the stuff, his flags and things in his house. Has no idea where it comes from, but it's there. And then also, this is big in Russia. This
Yeah,
double-headed eagle.
yeah, it is. Yeah, and we have it too, but it's one-headed eagle only.
Yeah.
And before we had the Golden Dawn, so they keep changing the symbols on the flags. But it's interesting, the God and my right, like they think that they're God. I mean, Deus. I searched this Latin, what this means. Deus, Deunc, Jus, which is written on it. They think themselves they're God. Maybe they are.
Mm.
I don't know. Not from this earth. So if you go below, you're gonna see the Scottish. This one, like he's running his the Italian side, a Masonic order that controls the Grand Orient of Italy, based in Rome, with is Stefano Bisi, a mediator between British Crown, Freemason, and Vatican working together. And actually, I was looking and listening Leo Zagami, because he used to be a Freemason, and he said the following thing, that Masonry in Italy is mafia, is Mason mafia. It's all the same thing. They are initiated, all the mafia in the Masonry. So this is
Yeah.
the first one is the first symbol is the order, and the other one is the family of Albisi, which is a dissident relative of Stefano Bisi. This is where he comes from. And that's
Funny that
cool.
it's a circle, hey? Remember we were
Yeah,
talking about the Order of the Circle in Switzerland, I believe?
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. There are some symbols I'm trying to still figure them out. So here the Colonna, and together with the Mancinelli Scotti. So you see how they interact. I mean, they are together, both marriage and also secret societies. And as I said, the Colonnas and Torlonias are princes assistants to the papal throne, and they oversee the Pope. And Gwendalini's husband is Manfredi Mancinelli Scotti, who is below. This is Colonna, like the prince, but how they are intermarried. And okay, I run Italy, and the other one is running the others. The Freemasonry is really working well, but nobody talks about the Italian Freemasonry too much.
I never hear it. Yeah.
I mean, they talk about Scotland, Ireland, and mostly England.
Right.
But I mean, I checked. Even Ukraine is run now by the Freemasonry.
Oh,
So
doesn't
he's
surprise me.
a Italian nobleman, is related to the clan of Scotland, and he's Roman supervisor of the Scottish Rite Freemasonry. And his family, the Mancinelli branch, had numerous Knights of Malta, Italian, Sicilian nobles, married with the Scottish. That's what I'm saying. And also with the Ruspoli, which you're going to see below. They have a member. This is the Prussia side. This is the Hohenzoller part. He's running. That's what I found. He's a Freemason in Ireland. That's the lodge in Prussia. So they're connected. All the Freemason lodges. I mean, who's higher than the other? That's another thing.
Yeah, and there's the checkerboard.
And there is the leopard there. Yeah, this one is the Ruspoli part. I mean, he's Earl of Newburgh in Scotland too, and a patrician of Venice. So that's what I'm saying, that they are married with the Pallavicini. So they divided the Freemasonry, and they're connected with the Templars, because all of these people are also Templars, not just Masons. It's already, the union was made long before.
And you would put the Templars kind of somewhere near the top, hey? Like, in that it just kind of spills down into these little separate groups.
Yeah, these people are Freemasons who run the lodges, but those knights, those Colonnas, those Savoys, those families, they are running. They have the Templar sign all over, and some of them they're front, like the Savoy, but the others are in the back, like Aldo Brandini. You're never gonna see. Or Orsini. So these, the Grandmaster, what is Prince Edward Kent, Duke of Kent, like people are familiar with him, and also with Michael of Kent, Mark Master Masons. The other one is Prince Charles of Wales. He's probably lower, higher level, but they divided their lodges. One is in England, one is in Scotland, one is in. I've seen Duke of Kent many times. He's quite visible.
That's quite the outfit there with this one Mason. Who's this guy again? This is
which one? The second?
Prince of Kent? Yeah, the second one with the Masonic garb with the green.
Whirlidge Gordon, whatever. Yeah, yeah, he has that apron. It's so funny. No, it makes me fun when I see the men in aprons.
Yeah, says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one symbol alone, is cardinal. They have their own symbols ranked. So some symbols mean a little bit, others mean a lot. They know that the public doesn't know anything about it, and even if you started to study it, they're the ones who put out a lot of the information on it. So the information out there is sometimes put out by their agents. Yeah. So your own intellectual discovery can be very much limited by that. So to try and go forward into areas they don't want you to go, that's hard. That takes a lifetime.
That's true. This is the Mark Master sign. So I tried to decode this sign. I see two castrated people, but on the top it's a pyramid. It seems to me like a fascist hand. Very unique. I haven't seen this before.
Well, you've seen even Hollywood does this, or the music industry. They do the hand with the eye in the hand.
Yeah.
And then if you think of the pyramid as kind of like that.